Getting rich has very little to do with how smart you are. It has everything to do with how you think. And most of us were trained without even noticing to think like poor people. That's why today we're breaking down the core ideas from Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. These principles have helped millions shift from a poor mindset to a rich one. And if you actually apply them, they can change the entire direction of your life. So let's begin with the first and most fundamental shift. Rich people manage their money well, while poor people mismanage it. Imagine buying your 5-year-old a single scoop of ice cream. 2 seconds later, boom, it's on the ground. And immediately he says, "I want 3 scoops." Would you buy him 3? Of course not. If he can't handle 1, he won't handle 3. Money works the exact same way. Until you demonstrate that you can manage what you already have, you won't get more. Eker suggests a simple structure. Every time money comes in, divide it. Half goes to daily living. 10% goes to financial freedom, money that can only be invested. 10% goes to long-term savings for major purchases. 10% goes to education. 10% to giving. And 10% to fun. Because if you never feel rewarded, your inner self-sabotager will eventually blow everything up. Most people argue this only works if you already earn a lot. But it's the habit that matters, not the amount. Whether you make $50 or $5,000, the rule is the same. Show the universe you can handle what you have, and it will trust you with more. Rich people also think big. Poor people think small. When Eker opened his first fitness store, he visualized 100. He wanted to impact tens of thousands of people. His competitor just wanted 1 store. The result? The competitor made a living. Harv became rich. Income follows impact. Some coaches teach 20 people. Others teach 5,000. Who earns more? Exactly. Most people play small because they fear failure or they don't feel worthy. But thinking bigger isn't arrogance, it's service. The question isn't, how can I help 1 person? But, how can I help 1 million? In that same spirit, wealthy people promote themselves and their value, while poor people feel ashamed of selling. They tell themselves selling is annoying, when in reality selling is serving. If you had the cure for cancer, would you hide it? Or would you tell people who desperately need it? Your product or skill could be the solution someone is waiting for. Hiding it is selfish. Promote what can genuinely help others. Another key mindset shift is that rich people think in terms of both, while poor people think either or, money or happiness. Business or family? Success or peace? Rich people ask, how can I have both? This single question expands your creativity and your opportunities. Poor people collapse their options before they even try. And it's the same story with admiration. Rich people admire other successful individuals, while poor people resent them. If you despise wealth, you will never attract it. You cannot become something you secretly hate. Bless what you want. Celebrate what you want to receive. Rich people also measure net worth, not monthly income. If you spend everything you earn, your net worth is 0. If you earn less but keep more, your net worth grows. Net worth is freedom. It's the measure of what you keep, not what you make. And wealthy people make their money work for them instead of constantly working for money. They build passive income streams, reduce their cost of living when necessary, and focus on buying assets instead of liabilities. The goal isn't to be a millionaire on paper, it's to be financially free and real. Life. Another powerful principle is becoming a good receiver. Many people unconsciously push money away because they don't feel worthy or because they believe receiving is selfish. But the universe can't give to someone who refuses to accept. Wealthy people receive compliments, opportunities, and money with openness and gratitude. They stretch their capacity to receive by allowing themselves moments of enjoyment and abundance, reminding their subconscious that they are worthy of more. Rich people also prefer being paid for results rather than time. Salaries feel safe, but they cap your potential. Results have no ceiling. Commissions, percentages, performance bonuses, these force you to believe in your value. Poor people avoid these structures because they fear failing. Wealthy people embrace them because they trust their ability to produce. And here's something subtle, but extremely powerful. Rich people surround themselves with other successful, positive people, while poor people surround themselves with complainers, victims, and negative influences. Success is contagious. So is failure. The people around you form a mental environment that shapes your expectations, your standards, and your identity. If you want to grow, you can't stay in rooms where dreams go to die. Wealthy people also believe they create their lives. Poor people believe life happens to them. Victims blame others, justify their lack of results, and complain constantly, each complaint attracting more problems. Rich people remove blame, remove excuses, and remove complaints. They focus entirely on what they can control, and that puts them in the driver's seat of their future. Rich people aspire to be rich. Poor people settle for just enough. Rich people commit fully. They know what they want and they're willing to sacrifice, hustle, and endure discomfort to achieve it. Poor people wish to be rich but carry internal conflicts about success. Wishing costs nothing. Commitment costs everything. They focus on opportunities, not obstacles. Poor thinkers see problems everywhere. Rich thinkers see problems as stepping stones. They act fast, adjust later, and trust themselves to figure things out along the way. They know that clarity comes from movement, not from thinking. They see themselves as bigger than their problems, not smaller. A problem that crushes a level 2 person means nothing to a level 10 person. Becoming wealthy isn't about avoiding problems. It's about upgrading yourself so problems become irrelevant. Rich people act despite fear. Poor people wait for fear to disappear. They want certainty, comfort, and guarantees before starting, so they never start. Wealthy people feel the fear and move anyway. They build a tolerance for discomfort, because discomfort is the price of every breakthrough. And finally, poor people believe they already know everything. Wealthy people are lifelong learners. They devour books, mentors, and experiences. They understand that if their results aren't where they want them to be, there is something they still don't know. Humility creates space for growth. Arrogance kills it. All of this connects to something deeper. Your financial blueprint, the subconscious program that determines your relationship with money. You inherit this blueprint from childhood. What you saw, what you experienced, and what you heard. If you saw chaos around money, you replicate chaos. If you heard rich people are bad, you repel wealth. If you experienced pain connected to money, you subconsciously avoid it. But blueprints can be rewritten. Old stories can be replaced. You can install the mindset, habits, and emotional patterns that match the identity of a wealthy person. And when your identity changes, your results follow automatically. If any of these traits expose something in you today, that's good. It means you're becoming aware of the invisible forces controlling your financial life. And if you want to go deeper into the emotional roots of money stress and mental exhaustion, watch the last video we released, The New Poverty Crisis No One Talks About. It connects perfectly with this one and will give you the next mindset shift to escape modern financial traps. Thanks for watching. Train your mind, train your money, and I'll see you in the next one.